Hello everybody and welcome, or indeed welcome back to the channel. Now somebody left me a comment recently on one of my videos saying that if it's cold enough for me to need to wear a jacket whilst in the greenhouse, then it's probably too cold for my tomato seeds to germinate. And in fact, I have been having a few issues with getting my tomato seeds to germinate. They've been here sown now for nearly 3 weeks, and currently there is no sign of any life whatsoever. So I actually think the person who left that comment has actually made a very good point. These tomato seeds, they're not showing any sign of life just yet, and like I say, it's been around about 3 weeks since they were sown. So it does make me think that I need to pay more attention to the temperature in the greenhouse. Now, we've lived in this house a few years now, and when we bought the house, we acquired this greenhouse. And only up until a couple of weeks ago, this greenhouse has been used more as a storage area. A couple of weeks ago, I sowed my first ever seeds. That was the tomato seeds. And I'm very much a beginner gardener, so I'm learning as I'm going along, and I'm watching lots of YouTube channels to try and learn, what should I do, what shouldn't I do, and why are my tomato seeds not germinating? So not only did we acquire a greenhouse when we bought the house, but we acquired some pots, some trays with compost, and a thermometer. Now you may be wondering, why have I not used the thermometer since day one of sowing these tomato seeds? Well, to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning as I'm going along. I am a beginner gardener, and thanks very much to the comments that I've been receiving, I've learned that the temperature in the greenhouse is actually very, very important. However, that said, trying to find out what the perfect temperature for the greenhouse should be is proving to be a little bit of a challenge. Of course, in the greenhouse here, I'm growing tomatoes. I'm also growing peas. I'm also growing some kale. The kale seems to be doing really well at the moment. And I have plans to grow other stuff in the greenhouse too. In fact, just this coming weekend, I'm planning on sowing some spring onions, some marigolds, and possibly some sweet peas. Now, all these different plants, they require different temperatures. And it kind of makes me feel that if I set the temperature perfectly for tomatoes, will it not be so good for something like the peas? And if I set the temperature for the peas, does it mean that the kale maybe won't thrive? So anyway, I've done some internet research and I've written down a few temperatures here. I might even put a little sign up on the window just so I've always got a record of what the temperatures should be. But it says by day the temperature should be 80 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 26 to 29 degrees C, and by night time 55 to 65 Fahrenheit, which is 12 to 18 degrees C. So I've got my thermometer here. It's quite a cool thermometer actually, because it connects via Bluetooth to my phone, and I can set alerts, and those alerts will tell me if the temperature is getting too hot or getting too cold. Now, if my phone pings at me at 1 in the morning, I'm not likely to come dashing out and start moving plants from the greenhouse to indoors if the temperature is too cold. So of course I need to keep a close eye on the weather forecast. But during the day, particularly on a weekend, when I'm at home, and if the temperature starts to get too hot, then I know that I can come out, grab the seedlings, grab the plants, take them out into the garden, out of the humidity and heat of the greenhouse, and put them in an area of shade elsewhere in the garden. Now, as I said, I am a beginner gardener. I am learning every day. All the stuff I've just said could be complete rubbish. So I invite you to comment down below and tell me what you think about the temperatures in greenhouses and how you should best manage the temperatures, so stop it from getting too hot and stop it from getting too cold. At the moment, the thermometer is saying 29 degrees, which according to the piece of paper is actually spot spot on. I'm going to put that back up there. I will keep an eye on the temperature and I will keep a record of the highs and lows, and I will also keep consulting the weather forecast so that I know that if we are due any severely cold nights, I know to either cover my seedlings or maybe indeed take them indoors to keep them warm. But yeah, comment down below, tell me what you think, tell me what you're doing. Have I got these numbers wrong? Would you recommend something different? If you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And of course, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe also. As soon as I hit 50 subscribers, YouTube will allow me to go live. And when I can go live, I'm planning on doing a live sow along. So hopefully for that event, you can come along with your muck and your seeds and your pots, and together we'll just do some sowing of some seeds. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.